Boom.
Recording in progress.
Oh yeah, we live.
EP7.
Episode 7. We've made it pretty far, honestly now. It's
Yeah.
7 episodes. 7 consecutive weeks that the viewers have had to put up with our idiot selves.
Zach's horrible picks.
Okay. You want to get that right out the gate. All right, sure.
7 consecutive weeks of Zach's bad picks.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Picks were not that bad going into this week. I
Going
finished
into this
perfectly at
week.
500 though. I went 6-6 this week. So
With NFL or college?
I'm talking about college right now. I did go 500 for college.
You
And
did?
you,
Are
I did 6-6.
you serious? I
Yep. And
swear I
you
thought you finished less than.
no, and you went 9-3.
Oh, yeah.
And then for NFL, you went 11-4. I went 12-3. If you would
Okay.
have kept your Lions pick, we'd have the same record.
I told you, reverse psychology, bro. It works.
That's true. That's true.
Reverse psychology. Except for this
Oh,
week. I'm not picking the Titans. I'm sorry.
yeah, I agree. But before we talk about football, I want to talk about the Pistons actually, real quick. They had their first game of the season yesterday, last night against the Pacers, home opener. Sir Thompson was out, but Cade still doing his thing. 28, 8, and 5. Looked great.
And they
I was
lost.
dunking on Miles Turner for the Pacers. I love that, honestly. But I don't know. I was kind of disappointed in our performance. Like Jaden.
I couldn't watch it. So tell you
Oh,
debrief it
okay.
for me.
I didn't
I
watch
couldn't
the whole
watch
thing. I watched like bits and pieces, and it was just, like tuning in and out. But
it.
Ivy had 17, which was great. You know, I think he's going to make a really big leap this
Really?
year, and he's going to be the number two
That's
option.
oh
Tobias
yeah, for sure.
had like 13 points or 12 points or something like that. But
Man, I need to see a little more from him,
you know what?
bro.
I wanted us to bring him in for a veteran-led presence. I think that's exactly what they're going to do, and I think that's what's
Mm.
going to happen. So I'm honestly happy about that. But I think the highlight of the game, don't get me wrong, was other than Cade, was Jalen Duren had a double-double. He went 13 and points, 13 rebounds.
Like Jalen Duren has double doubles like every game.
I think Jalen Duren is what he's in his third year now. I think he's going to be a better version of Andre Drummond, given
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
supporting cast. I think that's like his ceiling. I really do. Um, and I'm okay with that.
And
Andre Drummond at
Andre
his
Drummond
ceiling
was
was
like
an
a hundred
all-star.
million dollar player. Wasn't Drummond like $100 million player at one point?
He
Something like
was. Now
that.
he's on vet minimums. Um,
Mm.
listen,
Ouch.
I've been an advocate for a long time saying Andre Drummond needs to get himself to Golden State Warriors so
Yeah,
he can just get the misses for Curry and Clay at the time and whoever else is shooting that ball, just so he can
mm,
be in the paint and get that rebound and dish it back out. He would have
for sure.
thrived there and he would have gotten like 20 something rebounds a game if they even have 20 something misses. But that never seemed to happen. I don't even know where he is now, in all honesty.
He might be like a free agent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to
Oh,
you.
yeah. And then huge talking point, LeBron and Bronny shared the court. Courtesy of
First
Pond,
ever
I actually
father
saw this
son.
headline. It was it was Bronny Sr. slams it.
Yeah,
And
Bronny
they're
Senior.
referring to LeBron in that. I thought that was pretty funny, but they're already trying to date him, I guess. But
I
um,
guess.
it's a cool moment, you know. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Your
And then
son makes it to the league.
yeah, no,
You
and while you're
you-
still in the league,
while you're still in the league,
crazy.
um,
First father-son duo in active times together.
I swear Father
And
Time is just like not working against him. I don't know
he
what's
might be
happening.
father time, honestly.
He might be.
Longevity is insane. But Red Wings are also 3-3 on the season. I looked that up. I've not watched a single Wings game yet this year. Um, I don't know. Hard to watch hockey consistently for me, especially with all the things that are going on right now. We got college football, got NFL, we got playoff baseball, World Series. Ooh, I know I'm happy. Yankees made that with the Dodgers. Um, tomorrow, Friday night, first game. Super excited for that. But let's get into college football.
I love how you can have like just these two teams you just lean back on. When one does bad, you have another one like, oh, okay.
Okay, I'm not listen. I'm not the only person that does that. Okay, let's not even talk about you in
I
high
don't do that.
school.
I don't do that.
You in high school every day would have a different shirt on. It'd be
Okay.
LSU. You
Okay.
during LSU's Natty run was just all LSU gear. So I know you're not allowed to talk right now.
It was all
You
LSU
know?
year.
But
NFL LSU. I was a diehard LSU fan for one
not to
football season.
not to mention
I don't know why I like them
the
so
second
much.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving got to Brooklyn. You had that Brooklyn Nets.
I had that before. I had that before. My
Oh,
aunt,
okay.
I had that before. My
Ain't
aunt
nobody
lived
have
there.
Brooklyn
It
Nets
counts.
here before that. Come
My
on
aunt
now.
lived in New York. She was like, "Do you want a Nets shirt or a Knicks shirt?" And I was like, "Just give me a Nets." And then spoken into existence, I guess.
I don't know. But
Zach, you did not
what
go 6-6 with your picks, bro. Why are you lying
do
to
you
the
mean?
people?
I
You're not
counted
go
it up.
six and six.
I have it
No.
right here. Let me look.
Okay. You Missouri
Okay,
beat Auburn.
which I picked Missouri.
Yep. You picked Clemson beat
I picked
Virginia.
Clemson. I didn't
That's
pick
2-0.
Eastern.
Central lost to Eastern.
Yeah, so that's one wrong.
That's 2-1. Army beat Eastern Carolina. That's three
That's
and
right.
one. Rutgers lost to UCLA. That's 3-2. Miami beat Louisville. That's 4-2.
I said Rutgers
Illinois
won.
beat
I said
Michigan.
Rutgers won in our picks. That's my bad.
Oh, yeah.
I had that flipped.
So,
Okay. I had his.
yeah. So,
Okay, so you actually went 8-4. I went 5. Jeez. 5-7. First week under 500.
it's okay, Zach. It's a bad week. It happens, I
Yikes.
guess.
Let me update the standings. Damn, my bad. I
Five and
completely,
seven.
completely flip-flopped
It's
the
okay. You're just trying to sneak a couple wins in there to try to catch up to me. I
I
get
was
it.
not. To be fair, I did also give you an extra win. So it'd still be the same standings all time wise. But let's get into college football now. Damn.
Let's get into
That's
it. That's
upsetting.
not
I thought I
obsessed
was
this week.
500. Which game you want to start with?
Tennessee and Alabama.
Tennessee, Bama.
Told you. Winning at Neyland at night is hard. The
It is.
goalposts
It
didn't make
is.
it to the river this time.
No.
They tried to though. They
Yeah.
tried their best. I
Yeah.
don't even think they left
They'd
the
be getting
stadium.
fined a ton though. That's for sure.
Yeah, they can find like
Um.
quarter mil.
So is Bama? Let's talk about Bama for a second. Can we say they're like done?
Yes, they're
Like
out of
this
it.
is
In my
not the Bama of
opinion,
old.
I think Bama's out of it. This is not
I
the
agree.
Bama of old. Saban era is over.
It
I
is. And it's
definitely
showing.
thought that. I definitely thought after beating Georgia, I was like, okay, maybe they'll still be all right. But
Yeah.
culture different. I don't know if it's a culture thing or a coach thing. It's just
I saw some.
I don't
I think it
know.
was one of the players that said it's not Nick Saban, and frankly, we're in the TikTok era of Alabama football, which is
That makes sense.
I just want to make it very clear. Half the stuff that probably happens in the Alabama football program right now
It
would have
wouldn't happen
never happened if Nick Saban was still there.
at
And
all. I agree.
now, while you can't replicate Nick Saban, there's a reason he was as successful as he was.
Yeah.
McDonald's bags aside, um,
7 rings. Can't argue with that. Six
no,
at Bama.
yeah. So listen, I Tennessee gets their flowers for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Tennessee, they played a
25-17. It
great
was still a
game.
close game, but
Well,
Jalen
yeah, only one
Jalen
touchdown.
Milroe, I still love him. Don't get me wrong. He's
But
just
yeah, I think he's out the
I
Heisman
saw
race
a
too.
post and it said if Anthony, I think I texted to you actually, was if Anthony Richardson has like was like missing a chromosome or something, which is terrible to say. I want to make that very clear. But if he was if that happened, that
Ultimate.
would be Jalen Milroe. Um,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I think Jalen Milroe is a good player, but I just think he's had a rough year so far.
Yeah, I
Did he have a
agree. I
QB
mean, in
battle
my opinion,
last year?
what is that?
He wasn't even like the guaranteed starter last year. He had a whole QB battle, right? If I
They did
remember
was
correctly. That was
after they
last
lost
year.
to Texas in the
Yeah.
first game at home, they switched to their backup QB against USF, and I think they only beat USF 10-3 in that game. Then they made the switch back to Milroe, and he
Yeah.
figured it out, and they got to the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah.
So again, London say, but I do think Alabama's cooked though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree.
They play Missouri at home this week, and they play at LSU next week.
It's gonna
I
be a little
think they're
tough to
gonna
come up
lose.
for their schedule.
Yeah, Missouri at home next week at LSU, and they play Auburn. It's always a rivalry. I'm sorry, you really can't
Oh, of
dictate rivalry
course.
games. It doesn't matter how
I
bad
love
or
that.
good
I
your
love that game. I
yeah, it's all
everybody
something to see.
every time they hear the two teams Auburn and Alabama should have
Yeah,
one play engraved in their head, and that's the little return. What was that back in like
it was the last year of the BCS, 2013, over 10 years ago. I feel old.
let's see, Auburn turn against
2013.
13?
Yeah, that
2013,
was
I
the
could roll you
last
up.
year. That was the last year of the
Jeez.
BCS before the playoffs got integrated.
You know how old we are? Is that guy's kid has a scholarship offer from Auburn.
Jeez. Like it's kind of setting in. Like I'm watching like college football and NBA and stuff, and I'm like, I'm starting to get like we're older than Wemby. Like that's like
Oh, okay,
crazy.
okay. I think what really hit it for me, what that we're reaching like this, it's called unk status. I don't know if people at home know what that
No,
means.
we're not there yet, Zach. We're
It's
not
called
there. We're
unk
not.
status, right? It's
We're not
it's
there
like
yet.
these childhood
I
players make it on
refuse.
TV. Bro, we might be there. Victor Oladipo's an analyst now.
No, we're not unks yet,
He,
bro. I don't think.
come
I
on.
don't think. I don't think we're unk status yet. Well, first of all, we're not
We're on the
legally
edge
allowed
of
to.
it though. That's for sure.
We're
What do you mean we're not an unk status? You're literally an
no,
uncle.
not only 20, but we're only 20. Like we're not even
Okay,
legally allowed to drink for real. And I think unk status is like
mid 20?
25 and up. 20
Okay.
mid-20s, mid-20s. Well, that's when you start reaching unk. I'm not gonna lie.
I
But
don't
I
know.
don't know. We'll see.
It's just seeing all these athletes. Tom Brady's in the booth now. Victor Oladipo's on the
Yeah, that's true.
table.
I think our childhood
Sad.
is gone. I don't think we're unk, but our childhood is
We're in
far
the
gone.
transition period, you think? Yeah.
Yeah, we're transitioning 100%. But
And on
yeah,
that
Bama's
sidetrack
out.
note, on that,
Do you agree that Bama's out?
yeah, I don't think they can come back.
Yeah,
Um,
neither.
I
They'll
think they're
lose to
done for the
either,
playoffs, but
yeah, they'll lose to either Auburn, Missouri, or LSU. And I think it'll be LSU at night, but we'll see.
hey, we talked about it a few weeks ago. LSU's a tough place to play at night, but
All right, onto
let's
your
go on
favorite
to one of
team.
my favorite highlights of the weekend. My reverse psychology. I took a page out of
I
your
think
book.
both
I think
we both
we
used
both
it. That's
did. We
why it
both did.
worked.
Thankfully, Illinois destroyed Scum.
In pajamas.
And
I know you saw
those,
those
those those
uniforms.
were brutal uniforms. They're actually now in play
Those are the
football.
coziest uniforms I've ever seen.
Um, I was not a fan. I saw some things saying it took like 20 hours for each helmet or something crazy like that. Or 200,
Really?
some crazy number for each because they were all hand painted, which is crazy. But Illinois
Uh,
did win 21-7. Makes me happy. That really put a smile on my face when I saw that score.
it
Um,
makes you wonder what the heck did Michigan do in their bye?
I don't it makes me wonder. It's almost like Michigan cheated the past few years, right?
Yeah,
Magically, the
it's
one year they stopped cheating.
cheating.
I don't know.
It's like, wow, wait,
Seems
what?
fishy to me.
You have to play football games the fair way and are not winning? What? Who
Listen,
would have
man,
thought?
who'd have thunk when you don't know what plays are coming? It's hard to play. Um, but yeah.
100%.
So listen, not many highlights of that game for Michigan,
Michigan
nor
was awful. I will say that.
Illinois deserves their flowers as well.
Did you know? I didn't know Michigan's quarter Tuttle. I think his last name was Tuttle. He's like 20 sack, 25, 26.
Yeah, he's old. He's unk status.
Yeah, yeah, he's there you go. He's
Um, but yeah, let's go on to another upset. Um,
I
this one,
called
this
both
one
of
you
these
called, and it was embarrassing. Texas lost to Georgia 30-15.
bad. Texas lost to Georgia. Bad.
Man, um, I just want to talk about real quick how Texas, the fans, like threw beer on the field and everything like that. That is
That was kind of crazy.
hate when people do that, man. You're taking
That's just ridiculous. Like, show a little bit of class.
like no, literally, like you're there at the end of the day to pay to watch these athletes. Why are you about to throw stuff on the field or do
Yeah,
something?
college athletes at that too.
No,
It's
yeah,
like,
like I get it. It's a part of you, like if you went to Texas or whatever, but
yeah.
that's just not right. I don't know. In my
Sorry that your team hasn't played any real competition this week, and the first time they do at home, you get smacked.
what
Sorry.
do you mean they played Michigan?
I'm sorry. You're right. They play
Oh,
Michigan.
okay. Regardless though, props to Georgia. I don't know. It's interesting.
That Bama loss is gonna haunt them. I still
Yeah.
think they're very well because I still don't see. I guess you can say Oregon, but I still like a clear cut. I guess it has to be
I think it's pretty much
Oregon.
anybody's football game, right? Like at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
this is like the first year.
not to mention the 12-team playoff. It's going to
Yeah,
really shake things up. I think there's going to be some upset that shocks everybody. That's just the reality of it, right? Like upsets happen every day in football,
yeah,
every day in every sport, honestly. But it's a matter of there's no clear cut number one team, like you said.
yeah.
So
I just don't think so. I guess you can say Oregon. They have the best win.
they do,
They
they
have
do.
the best win. They have at least like a top 4 or 5. I think Ohio State's 4 or something. They have the top
Yeah.
4 win. So I
I
guess
don't. They're still. I don't think they're going to win the Natty though.
yeah. I don't know.
It's
Georgia
tough to
looked
say right
really
now, though. It
good.
really is.
It
Um,
really is. We'll see.
last little talking point for what happened this past week was Michigan State. beat Iowa. I said Iowa for a little reverse psychology, hopefully, and it worked
Me
out
too.
there well.
I refuse to do it this week, though.
'Cause
I'll take my
you know what?
loss.
My motto for last week was upsets over picks, right? That's what your
Yeah.
whole mindset is, or I'll sacrifice a pick any day for
Yeah,
I
if
want
my
to win.
team will
So
win. Yeah, who I want to
that,
win. Yeah.
that's gonna be my alibi for last week. But
Hmm.
Michigan State did win 32-20. It was a really great game. Noah, not Noah Kim. Oh my God, forgive me. Jonathan Kim is him. He balled out. He was crazy. Set a school record for field goals made, which was 6.
He
Hit a
just put himself in the draft.
He will be playing on Sundays next year. It's
100%.
he is such a good kicker,
I think
and
he's the best kicker in America in college football.
he very well could be. I think he is. What's the kicker's award? It's not Ray Guy's punter. What's the
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, he
it's the
I'm
Lou
not gonna say
Groza.
single-handedly, but he single-handedly pretty much beat Iowa.
He did, and you know what? I'm okay with that. We played, in my
It's
opinion, the way
fine.
we played football this past week was like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not going to go out and win by a whole bunch unless Russell Wilson's the quarterback. But uh, yeah, it was a gritty game, and we had some really good plays, and just came out on top, thankfully. So we won
Yeah.
32-20, and I was smiling through the whole thing. Actually stayed for the whole football game. First time this year I've stayed the
See.
whole game.
Really?
Yep. So it was worth it.
Every time, I just keep thinking to myself, that Boston College loss really does hurt.
Yeah. Boston
But think
College
about it. We
has
could
not
be
been what I
four,
thought they would
we're
this year.
4-3, right?
Yeah,
Could be 5-2 and one win
we
from a
could.
bowl game. Well, I still think we'll make a bowl game regardless,
Yeah, I
but
know.
we can
We're
get to that
definitely
in a
making a
minute.
bowl game this year. It's just a matter of is it gonna be a New Year's Six bowl game, right?
Yeah, I don't. We have to win out. I don't know if
I
we'll
know.
do that.
I
We'll
know.
see.
That's
We'll
probably not
see.
gonna
We'll
happen.
see.
Um,
Yeah,
all right. Nick, you want to talk about the AP poll a little?
let's do it. Oregon, obviously, clear cut number one. That makes sense. I'm not mad at that.
Oh,
They're undefeated. They have the best win. That's
yeah.
cool.
Agreed.
Um, Texas, number five. Yeah, I guess that's
I,
fine. Yeah, they have a good
like
loss.
it's fine. It's a good loss, but let me pull up the AP poll actually so I
But
can.
then the team they lost to, their loss is looking worse and worse now. Georgia's loss to Bama is looking worse and worse.
Okay, so in my opinion, I think Texas needed to have been 6 because Miami,
Who's six?
undefeated Miami,
I
7
agree. I
0
agree.
is 6 right now. I think they
I
need
agree.
to be over Texas.
And
Um,
I think
Ohio
they have
State's
a couple
also
points.
4. They're 5-1, but then again, that is a great loss to Oregon.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize Penn State was 3. Wow, that's I like it. Big Ten really getting this year.
I honestly would
We're 3 of
put
the top 4 teams.
I'd put Miami over Penn State. I don't know why. Call me crazy.
No, I agree.
They almost lost to an awful USC team, and I just feel like they haven't really played anyone. I feel like at least
Yeah.
Miami's played some people
No,
better.
I do agree. Um, Tennessee moved up to 7 though. It moved up 4
Makes
spots.
sense.
Um,
Okay.
it's a good win. It makes sense. Yeah. Another Big Ten school, Indiana,
Indiana is
7-0 on the season.
Indiana is legit. I think they're good. Yes, I guess they haven't played the real. I think at Ohio State, where I think they play them either next week or the week after, they play at Ohio State. That's going to be their first big test, and we'll see. I'm not kidding. Forget I said legit. They haven't played too much competition yet. The Big Ten teams they played haven't been that good. Nebraska's
They,
probably
they
their
played the
best
lower
win.
end Big Ten team so far, but
Yeah, I agree.
we'll
Like
see. They
Northwestern,
got to come to
Purdue.
Spartan Stadium pretty soon here, so
Oh,
that's gonna be a rough game.
yeah, we'll see. I love his coach. I remember he had like this one slogan. He was like, "I win games, Google me" or something like that.
Oh, I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah,
Speaking
that
of
was him.
coaches, real quick, not in the AP poll. You see, Arizona State has an open kicker tryouts for any
Really?
student there.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
gonna teach my son to be a kicker, bro. It's
no,
like I feel like it's
honestly,
such a
that
clutch.
would be or a long snapper, like
Yeah,
commit to the long.
just to go out, on the field, maybe
Yeah,
like 6 to 10 times a game. You're not getting crushed.
no.
You have a long career. You can stay in the NFL for 20 years doing that.
No, literally, there's guys for long snapping that have, you know,
Yeah.
a good long snapper goes a long way. But same with the kicker. Look at Justin Tucker, he's
Yeah,
still here. Yeah, so Bama dropped to 15. Um,
makes sense. Yeah.
that seems appropriate, honestly. Um, but the one thing I want to talk about is Army and Navy are both still
Still
in it.
undefeated.
That's not
They're
going to
winning
stay.
games convincingly.
That's not going to stay the same after this week, I don't think, though, because Navy plays at Notre Dame. Or no, they're at Notre Dame comes to them. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, but I still I don't know. It's Notre Dame. Like
the team that lost to NIU
that is the same Notre Dame team, yeah,
at home.
at home.
We'll see what Zach picks, but I have an intuition
That's what
that
I
he's
picked.
gonna make it. I have an intuition he's gonna make a wrong pick, everybody, but we'll see.
Okay. Speaking of picks, let's just get right into the picks. We got some decent picks here today. Some good matchups actually this weekend. I'm looking
Yeah, I
for these
think
games.
I looked at the slate this week. It's actually a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Like there's no like huge like clashes of the Titans, but there's a lot of
There's
really
gonna be
good
some.
games.
There's gonna be some make or break games for sure for some of these
Yeah,
teams.
100%.
But yeah, let's start off at the top. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So Louisville plays at Boston College.
Coming off a loss to Miami at home, I'm gonna say Boston College. Give me Boston College at home.
Okay. I am gonna rival you here. I think Louisville's looked pretty good this year.
They
Um,
are.
they just also whooped me in NCAA, the
Oh,
video game.
really?
It was not a good game. I feel like 3 picks. It was brutal. But that has nothing to do with why I'm picking Louisville. I just think they've looked good this year. I don't think Boston College has proved to be as good of a school as they are. So give me Louisville as well. Next
Okay.
up, we got Rutgers at USC. This is a
Rutgers.
tough one for me.
This is a tough one because Rutgers, I don't UCLA, they just lost to UCLA at home for homecoming. Keep in mind,
It's
they lost to a
UCLA.
UCLA team who played at 9 a.m. their time. This was a
That's
noon
true.
kickoff game
That's true.
after traveling literally coast to coast. USC, they gave Penn State more problems than I thought, but they're just not good. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is a hard choice, but I think Rutgers will bounce back. I just don't trust USC, bro. I really don't.
I agree. Um, we talked about it earlier. Is this the make or break year
Yeah.
for USC altogether? I think they wanted to come play Big Ten football, but they were not ready to come play Big Ten football.
10
So with that
football is
being
no
said,
joke.
I'm going to take Rutgers. Rough homecoming loss. Um, I think they bounce back though. I do. So
Yeah,
give me
me
Rutgers
too.
over USC.
I agree.
I'm excited for this next one. We were just talking about it. 12 ranked Notre Dame coming into 24 ranked Navy.
I don't trust Notre Dame. Give me Navy. Give me
Okay.
The midshipmen. I think yeah, something like that. Give me
So
Navy. I don't trust Notre Dame. I think Navy is going. I don't want to say convincingly, but I don't think Notre Dame's prepared for this game.
I agree.
If they are, if they win, kudos to them. But I like what I'm seeing for Navy, and I think yeah, I'm gonna go Navy over Notre Dame for this one.
Absolutely. I'm gonna pull your little reverse psychology trick here. I would love for Navy to win. I want Navy to win. I think Navy could win this football
Mhm.
game. I'm going to pick Notre Dame because it's at the end of the day, it's still Notre Dame, right? Like they
Yeah,
have football Jesus is Notre Dame, right? Um, growing up, almost every like religious kid wanted to go play at Notre Dame. It's still
yeah,
a
that's true.
school that has great athletes coming in. Um, Rudy, even the home Rudy movie,
Yep, you're right.
it's hard to pick against Notre Dame. Recently, they've not looked good though. Um, we'll see. I really do think Navy wins, has a chance to win. I like Navy, but I'm going to pick Notre Dame.
First psychology, I like it.
Yep. Next up, we got Oklahoma at 18, Ole Miss.
Oklahoma is not ready for SEC football, and just like UCLA and USC aren't ready for Big Ten football. And for that reason, I'm going with Ole Miss.
I agree. I keep saying I'm really high on Ole Miss. I believe in Ole Miss. That starts here. I'm picking Ole Miss as well.
Mhm.
Next we have some Big Ten action, which is weird to say. Washington at 13, Indiana.
Indiana can very well win this game, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did.
I agree.
Did I say Indiana? I
I'm
meant
gonna say Indiana.
Washington. I meant Washington. I would say Washington can very much win this game, and I think they very well can. Indiana coming off a blowout win, 56-7 against freaking Nebraska. Um,
Yeah.
the only I would say Indiana just like without hesitation, their quarterback is dealing with an injury on his throwing hand.
I can make
So
that a
that one,
significant problem. We'll see how well their depth is if he's not able to
yeah,
play,
well,
or
see,
even how he
see, I
still plays.
think I'm gonna say Indiana for this one. I'm gonna say Indiana.
Okay, I like it.
But I wouldn't be shocked if Washington can, and I wouldn't be shocked at all if they win this game. But I'll say Indiana.
100%. No, I agree. I think India. I listen. I think Indiana is up on their high horse right now, thinking it happens to every school. They think they're invincible.
Yeah,
You're gonna come in our house and beat us. Um, Washington has looked good this year. They have not as good as the past, obviously, but
yeah.
it's hard when like four of your top players are all gone. Like you're
Oh
essentially.
yeah,
I get it's college football that happens every
like
couple of
Heisman
years,
level
but
players, like
yeah,
award-winning
no,
players.
all three, four of those guys that left Washington on offense, I'm talking about, were studs, right?
Studs,
And
dogs.
that big of shoes to fill is hard. So um, they're slowly figuring it out, but I don't think they're going to come away with a win here. So I'm also going to take Indiana.
Oakley, Doakley.
Next up, we got more Big Ten action with 20 Illinois at number one Oregon.
Oregon. Uh,
Well, no,
Illinois has to travel. Oregon. I don't think they played. No, they played Purdue last week. I'm sorry. Illinois has to travel. Oregon. They look like the number one team in the country. Even though, I still don't think it's a clear cut like best right now. Illinois, they've had some good wins. They came off a win against Michigan. They went into Nebraska and won that game, almost beat Penn State. But I still don't think they're as good as Oregon. So Oregon at home, Autzen, it's hard to win there. I'll take Oregon.
I agree. I'm gonna keep it a little brief here though, but Illinois look great. They really have. Um, 20, I don't think does them enough justice at how good
Yeah,
they've played so far this year. But it's number one ranked Oregon, so I'm also going to take Oregon.
Oregon, that makes sense.
Yep. Next, we got 21 Missouri at 15 Bama.
Is
Is Bama frauds? If they lose this game, I think they are, right?
Yeah, I agree. But Missouri's looking like frauds too. They've been blown out by ranked teams, even
Where
though they have Luther Burden, I think one of the and coming into the season, one of the best receivers in the country, supposedly. They just haven't been looking that good. I thought they'd be way better. I hope Bama bounces back. We'll see. Um, I'll take Bama by a field goal at home.
Okay. Bama's coach came from Washington, right? I'm not
Yeah,
crazy. That was
yeah, yeah.
I
Kalen
mean they
DeBoer.
even Washington even lost their head coach and they're still
Yeah.
we'll see. Backtracking a little bit, but oh man, this one's tough for me. It really is.
It is tough. It is
Missouri-
tough, but I really don't trust either team.
no, they've both looked rough. I mean, I'm gonna keep picking Bama, even though I keep getting disappointed. I'm just hopeful. Can we say that? That seems like the right word. Ryan Williams is still insane. He's putting up great numbers, but you can only do so much when the rest of your team's not really contributing like that. Um, I don't know Missouri's roster that well. I know other than that receiver, but give me
Yeah.
Bama.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. What do you
Trap
thought about this
game.
one?
Trap game. I think this would
Okay.
be a trap game for Texas, in my opinion.
Yep.
Vandy is ranked. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Uh, Vanderbilt is ranked.
SEC
Texas at
football.
Vanderbilt. SEC football. Texas at Vanderbilt. I don't know. This feel like there's like a Tennessee curse going on. People just can't win in Tennessee this year. Um, I think Texas will bounce back, but this is not going to be more than a 10-point game. I promise you that.
Okay.
But I think Texas will bounce back.
I agree. I think it is going to be a bounce back, but I think Texas is going to come a little sharper today, or not today, Saturday when
Yeah.
they play. Give me Texas as well. I first of all, Vanderbilt being ranked is truly crazy. Weird world we live in. Army, Navy, and Vanderbilt are all ranked schools in college football at this moment. But no, I think Texas is going to come back with vengeance because they were kind of embarrassed last week.
Yeah,
And
they were at
they're
home.
still Texas football. So yeah. Next we have three Penn State traveling to land of the cheese in Wisconsin.
Seth, Wisconsin is awful. Penn State.
I agree. Nothing more to be said there. Give me Penn State.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
However, this one might be one of the
This
better games.
game. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
I think both teams are actually undefeated in conference play.
Okay.
So LSU is traveling to Kyle Field, one of the toughest places to play in college football. And I think in
Home of the 12th
NCAA
man.
football 25, yeah. I think they're like on the what's that meter on the top? The loud meter or whatever.
Oh, I forgot.
Like the
I know
state.
exactly what
You
you're
know
talking
what I'm talking about. Yeah, that meter. They're number one.
about. It's
Texas
like a
A&M.
crowd noise meter, right?
Yeah, 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 something like that. The lines become all squiggly. You can't see who you're throwing to. Night game at Texas A&M for LSU. Just how I said that Ole Miss would have trouble at night, um, going to LSU a few weeks ago to Death Valley. I am going to go with A&M at home.
I hate that you picked A&M. I really thought you were gonna go LSU here.
Really?
We're
I'm
talking.
I'm gonna go A&M. I think they'll do. I don't know. I feel
And
like they'll do something with the crowd. We'll see.
I want to
I was going
say
A&M.
I want to
It's
say I
gonna be a
hate
good
you
game
for
though.
it because I was gonna pick LSU. I was gonna pick A&M as well. Um, but we've picked too many that's similar here.
A lot that's like not too similar.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven picks so far of the nine have been the same.
Oh, never mind.
Regardless, that's not the reason. That is the reason. I'm gonna pick LSU just cause, but I think it's gonna be a great game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know. Should be
we'll
good.
see. That should be a good game. We'll see. It should be a good game.
Next, we have a little armed force
LSU might
matchup here.
win.
Huh?
LSU might win, bro. They're good. They're
Yeah,
good. They're
we'll
good.
see. They're both good though. Both have been
They're
playing
both good.
phenomenally
You're
this
right.
year.
You're right. Okay.
Um,
LSU, Air Force at Army.
Air Force at Army.
Oh,
I'm taking
Air
Army
Army will
here.
be climbing the ranks. Army will be climbing the ranks. Air
I
Force
agree.
isn't good. Give me Army.
Done. And then last, but definitely not least, maybe least, Battle of the Mid. Apparently, I've seen jokes online kind of hating on both of these teams right now, and saying this matchup's not going to be whatever. But you know what?
It's meaningful
It's
to
meaningful to me.
us. It's meaningful to me too.
I know as a Spartan, got a new little flag right up there. I am on a mission to go save Paul this week. He needs to be saved. He's been held captive. For those of you that don't know, you can feel free to call the hotline. Just call Michigan, the University of Michigan's phone number. Tell them Paul needs to be freed. That would go a long
Kidnapped.
way.
He's been kidnapped.
He has. He's been taken against his will, and it's time he's brought home. So with that being said, Michigan started the season 23.5 point favorites to beat Michigan State. As of yesterday or 2 days ago, they are 5.5 point favorites. Only because they're at home.
Oh, Michigan is?
Michigan's, yeah, that was the
Wow.
other day. I want to double check now. Now you got me questioning. Um,
5.5 point favorites.
yeah, 5.5. Oh wow. So it depends where you're betting, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
BetMGM and DraftKings are five. No, MGM's 5.5, DraftKings is 5, FanDuel's 4.5, Bali is 4. So um I'm gonna end my little spiel here with save Paul. He's coming home. Give me Michigan State.
This thing I've been doing with my picks. I know you guys have been keeping it, and it's kind of been pretty successful. I go for the reverse psychology. I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't know how I found this out. I don't know why, but even before this podcast, I just would do picks for fun on this dumb app that was called Omada. Zach and I used to grind. It's just like
That
this.
app, just real quick, that app went down the drain. It
It was pretty
sucks
bad.
now. I stopped
Just this
playing months ago
this
because it sucked.
is bad. Just this reverse psychology, and it's had a winning record this year. I'm not gonna be honest with you. It's had a
You're
winning
not going to be
record.
honest.
It's had a winning record, and it's tempting, and it's also in my mind. It's just like, why wouldn't I? If it's working, I will always sacrifice what I actually want to, or a pick for what I actually want to happen. And I just want to add on to that this week that just simply isn't the case because there's
Oh,
no way in hell I am going to pick the University of Michigan to beat Michigan State. I refuse. I hate the school. I hate the
I love
school.
it.
I hate
I love
everything
it.
about the University of Michigan. I really do. I can't stand them. They're awful. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
This is
Why am
coming
I
from
saying I'm
your
sorry?
heart right now. I've never
This
seen
is
you
like
so calm.
this just it's just like I can't. Like I've always just disliked them since the D'Antonio era, since this little bro BS. I'll sacrifice picks and I'll pick them when they're not playing my favorite college football team. But why would I pick Michigan? Like
Amen.
I don't care if they lose in real life and my pick is wrong. That's cool. I am not picking Michigan.
No,
Go green all the freaking way. Paul's coming home.
I
Cry
agree.
about it to your mom. You're not going to be able to cheat this year.
Nope. I'll tell you
Let's
what, we're
on
coming.
to the NFL. On to the NFL.
It's at Ann Arbor too, just to point that out. But yeah,
At night.
at night.
This
It
we've
don't
played a
matter.
lot of
It
night
don't
games
matter.
this year.
Huh?
We've played a lot of night games this year. Michigan State
We're
has.
yet to have a noon game.
That's
Yep.
kind of crazy to
Which is
think about.
weird. I don't know. I took the noon games for granted a little bit because now I get out of the game and I'm ready to go to bed. It's like 11:30 or something. Like last week, I didn't get back till like midnight.
Yeah.
Jeez. Ooh. But yeah. All right, that wraps up our college football segment there. Um, we got more for you though. Week 7 NFL. Let's talk about it real quick. Evan was 11-4. I was 12-3.
Ooh.
Good week for both of us. What do you want to start with?
Team that beat my team.
Okay. Took me a second, but I got there.
Yeah, you got it. Okay.
I got
I'm
there.
happy we're here.
Let's
Tampa
talk
Bay
about it.
Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
I
Um,
thought I thought they could have beat the Ravens, in my opinion. I thought they could. Ravens are good,
I thought they
but
could until, a couple injuries happened. Is there?
a couple major injuries happen.
Yeah, it's hard when you lose a star receiver, and it becomes impossible when you lose two.
Yeah,
We were on
especially
here
when
talking
both of
about the
those
receiving core.
receivers, especially when those receivers are playing like two top 15 receivers right now.
Yes,
So
100%.
the Buccaneers, Zach, without my Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, obviously I heard that Chris Godwin's season is over due
Yep,
to his
he's done.
dislocated ankle. Mike Evans is going to come back after their bye week. I don't know when that is exactly, but he's going to be back before the end of the season. Still losing Chris Godwin is huge because
It
now
is.
your team can, I guess, hone in more on Mike Evans. They still have other weapons, but it's really Chris Godwin was playing like a top 10 receiver
Yeah,
so far this year.
it's.
Can we say that their season is over
I'd like
right now? Or is it too early to
so.
say?
It's going to be a big week this week for the Buccaneers because I believe they play the Falcons, which it's between them two for their division.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and the Falcons won the first game.
Yep.
Best Thursday
So,
night football game I ever watched.
so listen, it's going to be hard. It really is. Um, I think Mike Evans projected to be back at the earliest week 11, which is right after the bye week. But they they're going to need guys like Bucky Irving to step up. I really don't know many of their other offensive players other than Bucky Irving that is healthy at this point in time. It and Rashad White, but I don't count him. He's kind of on the downward end.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not.
we're gonna see what kind of magic Baker got left. They did lose to the Ravens,
100%.
so I want to say their season's over. But it really depends. This is gonna be the make or break week for them this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think this will be make a big week because if they lose this week, then they kind of have to dominate the rest of the season because the Falcons look like they're going to come out of the South as champions, the NFC South. They won the first game in the best Thursday night football game I've ever watched.
It was great, yeah.
And if they lose this week, I think it's going to be hard for them to kind of rebound for their season. But I think they make one move during before the trade deadline, and I have heard
Yep.
that the Rams might want to get rid of Cooper
There's
Cup,
no
and
way.
that
It's
could
not. It's
be
not that they might. It's they want to.
they want to. Why? Is
I
it like the
think that
cap
whole Rams
issue?
team is gonna just unload. I think they've realized the
It's
best
over.
behind them,
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
and
great
they
when
can get a lot for Cooper Cup. I don't think they're gonna trade Puka, but I'd love to see Matthew Stafford leave as well.
yeah, it's just I just don't want I don't want the Lions to have the same kind of thought. Like, give up the house just to get a bowl. That's what the Rams
Yeah.
did. Give up the
No.
house to give up the thing with the Lions is that they actually have security for the next
Yeah.
3, 4 years. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say
The
Super
difference
Bowl
between us and
security, but
them.
they have continuous, we're gonna make it to the playoffs. We can win the division security for the next 3 or 4 years, even if we
Yeah.
give up the house this year to win the Super
The
Bowl.
huge thing is the difference is the Lions are young, right?
Exactly.
For the
They're studs, young
Rams when they did
studs.
this was at like the very last season of everybody's prime.
Yeah.
So it's we'll talk about the Lions in a second though.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Lions.
But yeah,
I
no,
don't think it's over yet, but I think they need to win this week
I agree.
and make a pretty good trade before the deadline.
They're gonna have to do
If they
something.
don't,
They're gonna be struggling.
even if they
Even if
don't
I
do,
saw the Giants might trade Darius Slayton, which would be a great pickup for them to get as a wide receiver too for the rest of the season.
yeah,
He's a
if
stud.
they
He's very
don't,
underrated.
yes, I'm saying
Um,
if they don't make
I'm
any
sure,
moves,
huh?
if they don't win this week and don't do anything for the trade, their season's cooked. If they do one or
Yeah,
the other, we'll see.
yeah.
But they need to
No,
do.
I
I don't think
know
it's over yet. It's spiraling that way though. That's
I
what it's looking
lied.
like. So we'll
I do
see.
know one more Buccaneer on the roster. Sterling Shepard's there, longtime Giant. He got his first touchdown actually like last week or 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks ago, even at this point. But he might even do something. I picked him up in a couple fantasy leagues. I'm optimistic about him. But listen, at the end of the Ravens game, though, there's a lot of respect between Baker and Lamar. Lamar said, "Thank God I don't have to play you twice a year." I know you saw that, and
I saw
that
that. I saw
just
that.
goes to show how good of a quarterback Baker was. Everybody knew it in the league,
Everyone knew. It's just the organizations, bro.
except the Browns,
Yep.
which who also now have their backup in. I've never heard a team cheer so
Jameis,
loudly for their
Jameis,
starting quarterback to get hurt.
Jameis. Yeah, I mean, it's like in my heart, I know that's bad, but can you blame them because of the person he is?
No, I saw some joke online. It was terrible. If you're listening at home and you're a little sensitive, cover your ears. It was
Uh,
it was one of those memes where it was him saying the funny thing about my sprained ankle is it's actually located on my penis walking into the massage parlor.
I think I saw
I
it.
know you've
I
seen
saw
that. That
it. I
was
saw
so funny, dude.
it. I
Um,
saw it.
um,
Every week. And NFL memes, IG never fail
dude,
to
I
amaze
like
me
them on
every
Twitter
week.
more. They post a little bit more on Twitter.
They do. I need to follow them on
They're
Twitter.
hilarious. I love them. Um,
But
yeah.
this is looking
Moving
like
on.
a collision course between the team on your hat and that team in Baltimore
Let's
in
move
the
on a little
Super
bit
Bowl.
though. Let's go to the Cardinals Chargers game. Cardinals won 17-15. Um, I want to know, do you think the Cardinals could be a playoff contender?
I don't
No,
think so.
no.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
I think they're too
It's
young,
just,
which
yeah,
is
they're too
weird to
young.
say, but I think they're too young, and I think they're still slacking a couple positions. But
Yeah, I agree.
the NFC West is really still up for debate. You know, you got the Seahawks 4-3, the Cardinals 3-4, the 49ers 3-4, and the Rams 2-4. So all teams
Yeah.
are capable of winning. Um, I don't know. The 49ers have not looked like the 49ers we have seen in the
Yeah,
past.
I agree. And I at this point, I don't even it's gonna be close to see if they even make the playoffs. And I'm not
Wait,
even
real quick,
saying,
not to mention Ayuk got hurt for the he's done for the year now.
yeah, he is.
Um,
So yes, so
haven't
I
done
don't even
anything,
know
but
if it's like, I mean, obviously they're injured. Yeah, they like you said, like their best receiver is a guy who got shot a month ago, which is crazy to say. Ayuk's
Debo's
out
back.
for the year. No, or he has does he has
Oh,
like fluid in his young lungs and pneumonia. Like
no,
he's
but
like going
didn't he play last week?
he played last week, but after the game, they said he went to the
Oh,
hospital, fluid in his lungs, and he
damn.
has pneumonia. He's gonna be out for a minute.
Dude, I saw a video of him walking. He looks like he put on a little bit of weight too.
I saw that too. Yeah,
Um,
jogging onto the field.
yeah, he got like a little
Yeah,
belly going.
the
Um,
NFC West is up for grabs right now.
it really
It's
is.
I'm not gonna say it's the Seahawks to lose, but
It really
they're
feels like that.
looking they it feels like it's the Seahawks to lose. So we'll see.
Agreed.
But the 49ers are definitely not getting number one seed in the NFC. And they are on the brink of not making the playoffs if they don't make any moves. So we'll see.
I agree. Yeah, no, I'm a little optimistic about the Cardinals, but I don't I think it's the Seahawks to lose at this point. The 49ers have not looked good. They've looked hurt. The Seahawks are young-ish, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
Gino's still doing his thing, but who knows? Lions won 31-29. I won't lie. I fell asleep during this game.
Great
I was
win.
exhausted.
Great win.
Took a little nap in the third quarter, but watched the
Yeah,
rest
I,
of it.
I was I was flying the entire game, so I just watched the
What dedicated
highlights.
fans we are, yeah.
Dedicated.
Um,
I was
no,
my friend, he was getting like spotty bars when we were flying. So I'll call him up on the radios like, hey, what's the score of the Lions game? And he'll give me score updates. So that's all I could go by. But
that's a great use of an airplane's radio. I couldn't see a better one, honestly.
it's a long
Every
flight. It's
time.
a long flight from New
Um,
Bedford to Dover.
but listen, it's a big win for them without Hutch.
Huge,
Um,
huge.
Vikings are now defeated. Leaving the Chiefs as the only undefeated team now.
There's
Um,
a new number one in the NFC North and
yep.
in the NFC in
Lions
general.
are number one in the NFC. I think they're number one in the NFC, period.
They are.
Oh, they
If the season ended today, we had number one seed.
put a smile on my face. Oh, but
It
yeah.
puts a smile, but Zach, we both watched the videos. I want to
On
give
the
credit,
topic
obviously.
of the Lions, I think we need to talk about how JMO Williams is now suspended for 2 games. That's going to be a big loss, I think. Um,
More so for Green Bay.
hey, shout out your YouTube show that you watched, the radio show from 97.1.
97 won the ticket, the Valenti show with Rico. I love you guys are great like analysis, in depth.
They
I listen
do
to you guys every day. And what you say, I think we both can appreciate that they're honest, they're real, they don't sugarcoat anything,
no, they're
and they're
so
not
genuine.
delusional. They're
Like
not delusional. They're
truly,
gonna tell you
truly, not a
straight
lot
up.
of places that'll be like as unbiased as they are. They give straight
Yeah.
up opinion, and I
To
love
be
it.
a Detroit talk show, they're very unbiased to Detroit
Yeah,
sports. Obviously, they're fans and they want to see Detroit succeed, but
yeah. But no, they do. I subscribe to them now on YouTube. It is a great show. If you're from the area, I definitely recommend checking that out. I had actually not watched it prior to this year, but highly recommend. They bring up some really good stuff. They've been talking about Max Crosby a lot lately. It's time to do it. I think. Um, Given how close that Vikings game was, I think it's time. You know,
bro, Sam Darnold had over 3 seconds in the pocket every time.
well, Valenti brings up a great point. I was texting it to you actually the other day, after you sent me that one clip. But they blitzed. What was it? Almost 60% of the time this during the Vikings game. That's insane. If you're gonna blitz 60% of the time, someone's gonna be open, right? That's gonna cause some issues, and especially with our secondary is better, but it's still, whatever.
Teams are gonna watch. Doesn't matter how good your secondary
It's gonna
is.
be figured out at some
The
point.
longer, yeah, the longer we can't get to the quarterback, the longer the secondary has to cover receivers who are gonna only play better receivers as these weeks go on. We play better opponents.
Yeah.
It's just not a recipe for success.
No.
And
This was a feel out
Hutch
week.
just Hutch literally like worrying about Hutch was like Hutch took away like
Like, it's
50% of
like
the
worrying
line.
about Aaron Donald in his prime or
That's what I'm
J.J.
saying.
Watt
Hutch
in his
took
prime.
away 50% of the line. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about it. Like it's just we this
Oh,
yes, it's amazing dub, but that was a very eye-opening performance to we need another pass rusher.
so with that being said, 3 first round picks for Max Crosby, yes or no?
Three first, yes.
Three first.
If anyone in the who is a Lions fan, if you are worried about the future, F that. I want a Super Bowl and I want it now. We
Agreed.
can be in darkness until my grandchildren can drink, okay? I want a Super Bowl right now. We is no time. Yes,
I
I'm
agree.
all for this the future stuff and I think we are set for the future. Like honestly, I really do think. I think with Campbell, with our weapons on both sides of the ball and with Brad Holmes as our GM, I don't see us having a losing season until they are gone. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I don't see us making
I
the
I
playoffs
think
more than half in the next 10 years, 7, 8 times easily. Like no
yeah,
doubt, even all 10. We are not in the dark ages anymore of Lions football. We have been
weird to
in
say,
those dark
right?
ages for 70 years. Get a Super Bowl. Sell the house. I don't care. What will first round picks do for us, bro? Like, really think about it.
Hey,
What will first
the
round
thing
picks do
about
for
those
us?
first round picks is they'd all be essentially 28 through 32, right? So that's such a late pick. Is it even worth holding
Exactly.
at this point? We've drafted well, we've drafted good depth, and not to mention, the Valenti and Rico show brought up a great point. Where are they going to start?
We don't need them right now, bro.
Dude,
We are set, bro. We
you
don't
were so
need
loud,
them.
your audio just cut out.
We don't need them. Oh, it's like just do so, like just for one time, bro. Just for a bowl. Be unorthodox.
I agree.
And to their point, again, I'm mentioning the Valenti and Rico show. Valenti brought up a great point. Let that team say no.
Exactly.
Call up the Raiders and make them say no. We're not going to trade 3 first round draft picks for Max Crosby, even though they don't have a
And he
quarterback.
said he
Their
doesn't want to be
team's
there
in
anymore.
shambles. Exactly. They don't have a quarterback. Their team's in shambles. They just gave away Devontae. It make them say no because that is for a team and an organization like the Raiders. That is a very, very appealing trade
Yeah, I
for the
agree.
future. What so you're talking about two first rounders every year for the next 3 years. One, yes, will be later on in the draft, but the way the Raiders are playing right now, one of
They
them is
need
going to be in the top 10.
it.
Exactly. One of them is going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Why not?
No,
Make like
I agree.
to what Valenti said, make them say no. Make them say no.
I agree.
That's all. And if they say no, cool. Move on to the next.
Yeah.
But call them up, at least call them and make them say no.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a good spot to end it for the Lions, though.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I really want a Super Bowl. I really want. I'm
That's
very
the Evan
passionate.
passion he would bring every day at the
It was
lunch
very
table, just so
nice.
we're
I
clear.
want a Super Bowl.
Wouldn't
I
be
want a
about the
Super
Lions, but it would he would bring that passion every single
Bowl. Yeah.
consistently.
Back then we didn't. Back then we were still like 3-9 and or
Yeah.
3-12-1. So
Yeah, I had that one tie. But last thing for NFL picks, before we get to the picks.
yeah.
The Chiefs finessed for DeAndre Hopkins. They traded a 4th round pick for him.
Jeez, if they go three in a
Yeah.
row, I might
Can
cry.
we say they're making the Super Bowl at this point? This is I wrote down their upcoming schedule, right? Because I want your thoughts on it. They play the Raiders this week. Win.
Win,
The Bucks win.
win,
Broncos
win.
win. Bills,
They could lose that
that's gonna
game.
be a good game. Panthers,
Win.
and then the Raiders again.
Like it's so
So are we
frustrating.
gonna see the Chiefs go? What are they right now? 6-0, 7-0?
This is the worst 6-0 team
7-0,
I've
8-0,
ever
9-0.
seen.
No, that's just not true. Stop lying. Stop lying.
It's
Stop lying. The worst undefeated team, I think, was the Steelers when they went like,
oh yeah, that one you're right, right.
that was terrible. That was like 3 years
It
ago. Oh
was
my God.
it's just the fact that you have so and so the best player in the NFL with Patrick Mahomes throwing 2 picks a game and less than 200
Still
yards,
being
and you're
still like the
still
MVP
winning ball
favorite.
games. And you're still
I
winning
agree.
ball games with the best player throwing 2 picks in less than 200 yards. Like, it's
I agree.
just so
So
frustrating.
on a serious note, though, they're 6-0, so they're going to be 7-0 after they beat the Raiders. 8-0 against the Bucks, 9-0 against the Broncos, maybe
I
10
got 9
against
and
the
1.
Bills,
They'll
11
be
and 0
11 and 1. They're
Panthers,
gonna win the
12 0
next one, two,
Raiders.
3, 4, 5. They're gonna win the next 5 out of 6 games, in my opinion.
That's insane. Like, so are they making the Super Bowl?
That's what it's looking like. And it's just so I don't even
Not to mention that they get Pacheco back pretty soon.
they give us go back. And
He's
then I
supposed to
know
be
you
back,
saw
I think this week or next week or something like that.
did you see that Patrick Mahomes run?
I did
That
not,
fake going out of bounds?
didn't see it.
That I'm gonna fake go out of bounds so you can't hit me because if you do, it'll be a flag to me running up the football field, scaring the defense because the NFL is soft as Charmin. That I'm not gonna, I'm gonna fake like I'm going out of bounds so you don't hit me. Oh, let me just scoot by you. I
That's
didn't actually run
BS,
out of
man.
bounds.
That's like that Pickett
Like, I'm not gonna lie,
fake dive or
if
slide.
I'm a coach, I don't care. If I'm a coach in the NFL,
I'm
until they
telling you,
step
him.
out of bounds, I want you to dog them.
I agree.
I'll take the penalty.
I agree.
Like the league is just so soft. It's so hard to
It's a quarterback
watch.
favored league right now.
It
You
is.
cannot touch the quarterback without getting in trouble, and that's ridiculous. But
And it sucks too because they just get on their knees for Patrick Mahomes.
they do, and it's annoying.
It is. The Vikings rain game is going on right now, guys. We haven't looked at any scores.
We have not yet. I was about to type
I'm
it in
just
to get a score update, but nope.
I'm going
I
on.
touch
Make
it.
your pick. Make your pick. Make your
All
pick.
right,
Make your pick.
my pick. I'm picking the Vikings for a bounce
Me
back
too.
against the
Vikings. I
Rams.
don't care. Puka may be back. I think it's unlimited snap count. I got Vikings.
I agree. And on that note, um, let me see what the score is because I'm curious. 14-14, tied up.
Who
With five,
scored?
huh?
Who scored?
It does not say. Hold on. Josh Oliver scored and Trent Sheffield Sr. has scored
For the Rams?
for the Vikings.
Who scored for the Rams?
Cooper Kupp and Kieran Williams.
Oh, oh, okay. As
Both
long as he's gonna
all of
say
it's
Puka.
receiving touchdowns to this point.
I have Puka and I benched him, so I'm happy. Okay, as long as he doesn't say
Okay.
Puka, that's good. All right. I got you, Zach. I'll give you some. I'm gonna let you pick first this week. You always do the honors of giving me the picks. I'm gonna reverse. I'm gonna reverse it back at you.
Okay. Hold on.
Ravens at Browns.
1 second.
You're good, bro.
I just got a text saying Army football isn't this week against
Air Force?
Force. No, that's next week. I apologize. I
Well,
it's
that's
a
nice
little
to
too
you.
early. Doesn't matter.
That's
I'm still
cool.
picking Army.
Yeah, I'm still picking Army, so we'll
Um,
just skip that pick next week, guys.
my bad. Shout out Parker. He texted me that literally just 2 seconds ago.
Much. Thanks, Parker.
I'm texting him thanks right now. All right.
Ravens, Browns, Zach. Who
Give
you
me
got?
Ravens next question.
Amen. All right. Tennessee, Detroit. I think Detroit can. It doesn't matter if they have
Doesn't matter.
D
It don't
Hop or
matter.
not. It
It don't matter. It's
doesn't matter. Will Levis. Now, I will say this: Lions fans can't be delusional these past 2 weeks still because the Terps like a gimme. Like we're still gonna need an edge rusher. I hope not. Yeah, we'll win this game with our eyes closed, in my opinion. Give me at home Detroit. Next question.
I agree. I meant Titans, not Colts, by the way.
Yeah,
So you make that very clear. But Lions, it's not going to be close this week.
I
Next
don't
question.
think so.
Next. Give me Lions. I like it.
All right, here we go. Colts at Houston Texans.
Houston's looked bad this year.
They have
Let me rephrase, not bad. They've not lived up to my
underwhelming.
expectations.
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming. That's the
Underwhelming.
right word. Yes, they have
There it
been
is.
quite underwhelming. Colts still aren't. It's the Colts, Good O line, rough quarterback play right now. Speaking of quarterbacks, I know it's not related to the game we're talking about right now. I saw on Twitter that Andy Dalton got in a car accident
I saw that too. Bryce Young starting this week.
Yeah, so hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's good.
We'll talk about that later on, but Colts Texans, give me Texans.
I agree. Texans at
Took a
home.
second, but we got there.
They're both bad. They're both. Yeah, give me the team at home.
I agree.
Green Bay Packers at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
No more London games.
For
Who
the
you
London
got?
for the London Jaguars, yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where they play. London, America, Jacksonville is not good.
I agree.
And with on that note, the Packers are going to win. Give me the Packers.
I agree. Give me the Packers too. Jacksonville can only beat the Panthers, Patriots, and Giants.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
All right.
We're tanking for
Your
Archie Man.
boy, your boy is back.
Your boy.
Tua Tagovailoa. Anyway, the
Not
Cardinals.
wearing a Guardian cap. Personal choice.
If he doesn't wear a Guardian cap, then
He said he's
okay.
not.
It's like he said that.
In an interview, he's like, Tua, are you going to be wearing a Guardian cap? And he goes, I will not. And they asked why. He goes, it's going to be a personal choice. Over under how
What do
many
you
games
have?
until he gets hurt again?
What do you probably this one?
Oh,
Like,
that's
if we're
terrible to say.
being honest, like,
That's
what do
terrible.
you like? You're just met like at this point, it's like you feel bad for the guy, but he's doing it to himself at some point.
At this point, he is, yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you wear a Guardian cap? Your brain is literally one hit away from being
Slushy.
a melted slushy,
It's a
bro.
slushy. It might already be. However, I love Tua. I do love him. Now that Tyreek and Waddle and a chain have the starting quarterback, does that change? You think they're going to come play?
It's at Miami,
I'm at Hard Rock. Yep,
at Hard Rock.
beautiful stadium.
I hope they do. This is if they lose this week, I'm never picking the Dolphins ever again. And it's so hard because I've started Tyreek like so much, like even with the backup QB. It's just so hard for me to bench him.
I agree.
I give me Dolphins. Dolphins.
So I'm also going to pick the Dolphins. You know what? I'm a believer in Tua. I like Kyler, but we talked about the Cardinals earlier. I think they're just a young team, and the Dolphins have some experience, whether that experience be in slushy form or normal form. Give me the Dolphins as well.
Cardinals do have the better QB though. I will say that. But
Yeah, dude, Kyler's been insane this year. He's been scrambling
balling.
a ton. Who do
The
you expect to
New
get 5-7?
York, the New York Jets travel to Foxborough. I actually flew over Gillette Stadium when I was in Massachusetts last
Oh,
week. It
that's
was
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
Yeah. It's like crazy far away from the city, like really far,
Hmm,
like an hour probably away from the city.
I know.
Yeah, it's
It's
far.
similar to when like the Pistons used to play in Auburn Hills.
Yeah, Auburn Hills. Yeah. So the Jets at Patriots. Who do you got?
This is gonna be a bad game.
Yeah, but I
I'm
think
gonna
there's
take the
like
Jets because I can't pick
yeah,
the Patriots.
I can't pick the
Patriots are bad.
Patriots. I
They're
can't
really
pick the
bad.
Patriots.
The Jets are
I
also
really,
bad though.
they
Uh,
are, but
on
the
a separate
Patriots are
note, speaking of the Jets, you see Salah was brought in to be where is he now? He was brought in to be an offensive
Green
coordinator.
Bay.
Green Bay.
See,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's having some. It's like a fluid role on the offensive side of the coaching staff.
Even though he's a defensive
For
coach,
Green Bay,
they
they
said
want him because they
they
want to
said
see.
they
Yeah, they
want
want to.
him to analyze the defenses and help make the adjustments on the
I think
offense.
that's smart. I think it's a
I
great move by
agree.
Green
I
Bay. I
agree.
think it's a great move. Jets effed up
Is
in my
that the
opinion.
quickest turnaround we've seen for a head coach?
Yes,
I don't
I haven't seen a head coach
That's
yeah
insane.
turn around that fast.
That just
Yeah,
goes to show how
yeah,
good of a mind he is in the football. I just want to make that very clear.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think he should have been fired in the first place.
I
So
agree.
give me the Jets.
I
Patriots.
100% agree.
I can't watch Patriots football, bro.
No,
It's
I'm not
just
going
I
to watch.
can't. They're bad. It's bad.
Since Brady left, it's all been downhill.
Yeah,
I don't know if we have they hit rock bottom yet. Who knows?
they're probably lower than the bottom.
That's saying
The
something.
best a rematch of the best Thursday night football game I've ever watched.
Doesn't matter. Give
The
me Falcons again.
Falcons. Oh, okay. Goodness
Doesn't matter.
gracious.
You
I was
jumping
gonna
right
say
into
the
it.
same thing. I will say the same thing. I like the Falcons.
Kirk going to be swag surfing again.
I think they bounce back. They lost to the Seahawks this
What
week.
what it don't the Seahawks are a decent team though. What did
They
Kirk say?
are.
Walk into the trap, take over the trap.
Walk into your trap, take over your trap. Yep.
Give me
Give me
Kirk.
the Falcons, bro. Give
Kirk,
me
go.
the Falcons.
I like it. We've had every pick the same. I like it. Same minds
Yeah.
here.
Sometimes it's just those weeks, bro.
No,
It's
yeah.
just
Listen,
all right. The Philadelphia Eagles travel to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals, who always start off crappy and now have won the past three games. Who do you have?
this is gonna be a good game.
I think so. That's a really good game.
The Eagles on paper are such a good team.
But their head
Like
coach is just so bad.
their head coach has the IQ of a toddler, though. That man, if they lose this week, I think he needs to be canned. Let me rephrase. He needs to be canned anyway at the end of the season. But if he
But
loses
yeah.
this week, I think they got to seriously have a consideration for getting his ass out of there. Sirianni is not that good of a coach. Anyone could have taken that Eagles team, I think, to the Super Bowl when they made it 2 years ago now. And that's really what kept his contract. Um, with that being said, though, good game. You go first.
Shout out to my good friends, best friends, Malachi. He goes here. He's a Bengals fan. I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay.
I don't trust the Eagles, bro. I'm sorry. I think the Bengals are they're rounding in the form. Everyone's healthy. The Eagles,
No, I don't think Slay's healthy.
who?
Darius Slay.
No, I said the Bengals are rounding in
Oh,
the form.
Bengals.
Everyone's healthy. Yeah, the
Okay.
Bengals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, give me
You know what?
it's crazy. I think there's gonna be an offensive like a high scoring game. I don't think there's gonna be I think defense is gonna be non-existent.
The Eagles have a great defense, a great D line. Let me phrase.
Yeah, their
Um,
secondary. It without Slay, their
I,
secondary
I really
is
think I'm gonna pick the same pick here.
like the at home.
The Bengals have been on fire lately, dude. T. Higgins back, Jamar Chase looking great. No Joe Mixon. I don't even know who the running back is right now, actually.
Joe
Uh,
Mixon's got traded to Houston.
yeah.
S- Zach Moss.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know. I don't
Sure.
know.
Sure.
Or Chase Brown, something like that. I don't know. Someone, but they've been balling out. Give me the Bengals at home. I like Bengals at home.
I agree. I think this is. I think we're seeing the end of the Philadelphia Eagles. Um,
Yeah,
when Nick Sirianni era, at least. Um,
100%.
yeah.
The quarterbackless New Orleans Saints travel to SoFi to go against the Los Angeles Chargers. And I just saw the annotation you made in our shared Google Docs. I completely agree with you. Chargers on to the next one.
I do want to actually, real quick. They just signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling for some veteran wide receiver
The
help.
Saints did or the Chargers?
Saints. It don't matter. Next pick.
Yeah, next pick.
Chargers winning. I had a
It's
feeling
still
we
gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
The
it's gonna be a
Buffalo
great game.
Bills travel to Seattle. Shout out to my Seattle people from the internship. To face the Seahawks. Who do you have?
This is gonna be a good game.
I think so.
I'm rooting for the new form Buffalo Bills. I love K9, but I think Josh Allen is such a good quarterback. He really is.
Yeah,
I saw a video last week of Amari Cooper on a separate note.
didn't know the route.
Asking, he didn't know the route, so he asked Keon next to him, what am I running? And he told him, and he ended up scoring on
Touchdown.
that play, which is even
Yeah,
great.
his first catch.
But
Touchdown,
yeah.
yeah.
But give me the Bills.
I like the Bills too. Yeah, I think they're just in this crazy, just they're on a roll right now. Seahawks, I think, might be without DK this week too.
I think I saw that as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the Bills. I like the Bills.
Do we need to talk about this one, or can we just kind of skip over it? And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Before you skip
My
over.
bad. I was looking at the next one. I was looking at my bad.
Oh, okay.
I,
Okay.
I
I'm
was
about to
no, I
say
was looking
this
at
one.
My bad. I was looking at Panthers Broncos.
I'm about to say, okay. Bears Commanders is
I apologize.
Jaden Daniels. I'm about to say, I'm about to say, wait a second. What? This kind of a good game.
No,
Is Jaden Daniels healthy
I
and
think
playing?
I think so.
That's interesting. Okay. Jaden Daniels healthy. Mm,
Hey, I
I
lied. He
really want.
attempted practicing for the first time tomorrow.
He
So
did not. Yeah, he did not. He did not participate yesterday or today in
I want to say he's
practice.
not going to be healthy. Let
Yeah, I agree, and
Marcus
for that
Mariota.
reason, I don't like rooting for a division rival, but I think the Bears aren't as bad as the Packers or Vikings in their fan base. So because Jaden Daniels is hurt, I am going to go Bears. I do think that Caleb Williams is rounding into shape, though. He's
We are
playing good
seeing,
football right now.
I think we talked about this last episode. We are seeing the Caleb Williams that they wanted to draft first overall.
Yeah, he's playing good
He's
football right now.
playing like the Caleb Williams we knew.
100%.
That being said, give me the Bears.
I like Bears too.
This is the one I meant to skip
Now
over.
we can skip it. Yeah, skip this one.
Panthers,
Just
Broncos.
the Panthers are losing. So if the Panthers are playing, we just pick the other team. All right, it doesn't matter. So in case you guys
New
want to know, they're
segment
playing the
called
Broncos.
Skip the Panthers.
They're playing the Broncos, but it is the Panthers. Okay, so we're just gonna
Oh, Knicks.
just know. Oh, this next game. Oh,
We already talked about this a little bit.
Chiefs at Raiders. Get Chiefs.
I agree. Chiefs, Raiders.
Pains me. Pains me.
Raiders have looked rough. Aiden O'Connell's actually,
Now,
fun fact, Aiden O'Connell is the only person to give Patrick
so
Mahomes his last, or that
that
was
was
the
their
last time
last
to give him a
loss.
loss.
That was the last time they lost was Christmas of 2023. Um, what do you say? I can't hear you.
I turned the mic off, picking it up. It don't matter.
Give me the Chiefs, unfortunately. Now I'm really interested to see what my best friend Zach right here has to say for this next pick because he is from he lives in Michigan, Lions fan, born in Jersey, grew up a Giants fan, and we all know that the NFC East is just everyone really does not like each other. And I do think not only limited to the NFC East, but everyone hates the Cowboys. The Cowboys travel to San Francisco to face the 49ers. Zach,
This is an easy
I
one for me.
think
It
I
really is. The Cowboys have looked
really,
terrible this year. They have looked terrible. You cannot argue that. The amount of people they have on that roster, and Micah Parsons isn't even paid. I'll give credit where credit is due. Micah Parsons should have been the first one paid of the guys that they've been re-signing. Because you can get another CeeDee Lamb anywhere. It's hard to replicate Micah Parsons' effect
I
or
agree.
impact on the game. It's really easy for me though, because the 49ers are hurt. So give me 49ers. It don't matter. I'm never gonna pick the Cowboys. I hate them. End of story, really is. I don't care if it's Jordan Mason. I don't care if it's Brock Purdy at running back. I don't care if you suit up and go play slot receiver. Give me the Niners.
See,
That's prime time game too.
it's a prime Sunday night football. It's like the worst of two evils here, in my opinion. It's just like
It is.
uh, I
I have a feeling I know where you're gonna take this.
look, bro.
Do you really want to
I'm
root
looking at the
for people? All right.
I'm what do you say?
On a separate note, I saw a video of Jerry Jones going on a radio show host
I saw
and
that.
threatening the people interviewing him. And he's like, "You're not the people supposed to ask the questions around here." And everybody in the comment section is like, "What do you mean they're interviewing you? Who's asking the questions then, Jerry?"
The
That man is
Cowboys
on such a power trip. It's crazy.
the Cowboys will never be anything until they get rid of Jerry Jones.
He's the reason they are so bad because he
He
wants
is a
credit.
disease. He is a disease. He is a disease.
That's why the Jimmy Johnson downfall.
I'm looking. Okay. So coming into this pick, I had this ideology. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna pick the Cowboys off the bat. I'm looking at their injury report, and I'm just kind of reminiscing about. I think we're way better than the 49ers. The Lions are, but it's just like, bro, you lost
How do you let a team
by
do that to you?
30. You lost by 38 points at home, prime time. That's bad.
Yeah.
And the injury report yeah, the 49ers are hurt. Some of their players, if they were hurt like this past weekend, earlier this week, they're at least becoming limited participant or full participants in practice. And I don't like the Cowboys either, Zach. I really don't.
Where you
Yeah,
going?
I think the 49, I think they'll get it done. I hope they get it done. I hope they get it done.
That's the
I hope
right
they get it. They
choice.
better. They better get
Right
it done. They
choice.
better get it done. They
Um,
better get it done.
yeah. So I just want to re-emphasize you and I are on the exact same page here.
Hey, it's just one of those weeks.
Leading into Monday Night Football, of course.
Sometimes, yeah, leading on Monday night. We have one more game left. We have the same picks, and it just happens, guys. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, we like to add a little bit of diversity in there, but sometimes you just gotta just pick who you think we're gonna win. And this is a week Zach and I are just on the same page. And if you guys haven't noticed yet, Zach went under 500 for any pick for the first time this week. So he's just kind of bouncing off me. Anyway,
I've been
Zach's
going first. What are
Giants,
you talking about? I'm gonna
Zach's
keep going first.
Giants.
No, stop talking. I'm gonna keep going first since you're saying that. Giants play Steelers at Pittsburgh with the terrible towels. Giants suck. Next question. Give me the Steelers. Russell Wilson looked great last week. Give me the Steelers. Who are you picking now, Evan? Also, I had the better record last week in NFL.
I one game.
Better record's better record.
I
One
one
game
game.
can separate a Super Bowl win and loss. So, who are you picking
Yeah,
here, Evan?
how many times have I gone under 500 any picks this year?
I don't know.
And yeah,
We only started keeping track on week 3 and 4.
why would I pick the Giants, bro? Like the Steelers, like the Giants are bad. The
Yeah.
Steelers, they're just getting ways to win. Russ has actually played a really good game. Their defense showed up last week against the Jets. I'm not picking the Giants. They're pretty bad. Steelers at home. Second primetime week game in a row for the Steelers, which is surprising.
Yeah, I don't like it.
These primetime games are a little weird. They're a little
Giants
wonky
should
this
not
year, in
be
my opinion.
this. Giants should not be. I feel like Cowboys 49ers should have been Monday night.
I feel like the Giants have had a couple Sunday night, Monday night games
Yeah.
already this year. Like, I don't know
Well,
why.
they tried flexing one of them, but it was denied by like the TV crew.
Yeah, I think they can't really flex games until week 9, I don't think. So,
Yeah. Regardless, that wraps up everything we had for you guys here today. Felt like a little bit of a longer episode. I'm not too sure where we did time wise,
oh, we'll see. It's not long.
but appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, as always, we'll have a guest picker next week for you. I'm not sure who yet, but
Yeah, we'll get someone.
we're gonna do some
We'll get
recruiting.
someone for sure.
A little recruiting.
We'll recruit people. Let's find someone on the side of the road.
Yeah, I mean it worked out last time, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's
That
true.
guy on
I
the
don't even
south
know
did
that
pretty
guy.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with that being said, that concludes the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next episode.
See you next week, guys. Take care.